Taehyung stood in front of the tall glass building of Jungkook, staring up at it like it was a mountain. The morning sun reflection of the window, making the whole place look a little too sunny, a little too expansive, and very far from the world he grew up in. He took a slow breath and whispered to himself, Taehyung, okay? New job, new life, new beginning. Don't panic. He straightened his blazer, pushed back the nervous feeling and that tired to grow into his chest, and walked inside. The lobby was huge, marble floor, soft light. People walked fast like they were in some movie about rich company. Everything smelled like fresh coffee and expensive perfume. He felt a tiny step of awkwardness, but he lifted his chin. He worked hard to get here. He deserved this chance. The receptionist smiled warmly. Receptionist, you must be Kim Tae-hoon, the new special assistant. Tae-hoon, ah, yes, it's me. Receptionist, welcome. The CEO will meet you first. Take the elevator to the 47th floor. Tae-hoon frozen. Tae-hoon, the CEO? Right now? Receptionist, yes, he instant. Tae-hoon blinked. Why would the CEO of a corporation want to meet a new assistant personally? But he nodded, thanked her, and stepped inside the elevator. As the door closed, he looked at his reflection, brow eyes, soft expression, nervous smile. Taehyung, you'll be fine, probably. The elevator climbed higher and higher. His heart climbed even faster. Then the door opened. The sea floor was quiet, almost too quiet, elegant with soft grey walls, glass better, and a calm atmosphere. Taehyung walked slowly to the office with the golden Jungkook CEO. He stopped Jungkook. The name still held a weight in his memory from the high school days. He never liked remembering. Taehyung always believed Jungkook used to him. Cold look, silent stare, strange moment that confused him. Taehyung never understood it. He didn't want to think about it now. This was work. He could control his past. He knocked lightly. A deep voice answered. Jungkook, come in. Taehyung stepped inside. The office was huge but simple. Dark wood, a large window overlooking the city, and a man standing beside the desk with his back turned. Jungkook turned slowly, and Taehyung breathed catch. Jungkook looked different now, older, sharper. His black hair was neatly styled, his suit perfectly lifted, and his expression unbearable. His eyes cold, but absorbing everything. Jungkook looked directly at him, and Taehyung felt a strange pull in his chest. Jungkook, oh, Kim Taehyung? His voice was calm, deep, and somehow too steady. Taehyung, yes sir. Jungkook, welcome to Jeon Group. Taehyung paused slightly. Taehyung, thank you for giving me. Jungkook watched him quietly, almost like he was studying him. Taehyung shifted a little, feeling like he was under a microscope. Then Jungkook spoke again. Jungkook, you look different. Taehyung blinked. Taehyung, different? From what, sir? Jungkook had softened for half a second, but returned to their cold, calm manner. Jungkook, nothing. Let's start your inside. What kind of answer was that? Jungkook walked towards the large screen. Jungkook, as my special assistant, you will handle meetings, presentation, schedules, and internal report. You will be close to my work. Make sure you stay focused. Taehyung, of course, sir. Jungkook, I need someone capable. And you? You were recommended it. Taehyung nodded. Try not to overthink. As they went toward the orientation, Jungkook kept glancing at him briefly as if confirming something or checking if Taehyung was truly real. It made Taehyung slightly annoyed. He didn't like being stared at without knowing why. After 20 minutes, someone knocked. The door opened and a woman stepped inside. A confident woman with glossy hair, expensive earrings, and an expensive that screamed trouble. Lia, investor daughter. She gave Taehyung a quick glance, almost like she scanned him top to bottom in 1 second. Lia, Jungkook, your father wants to discuss the new project. Also, who is this? Jungkook, my new assistant. Lia smiled, but it wasn't a friendly smile. Lia, oh, interesting choice. Taehyung stayed polite, but inside he felt her tone like a small poke. Taehyung, nice to meet you. Lia, sure. Jungkook was shifting slightly, becoming colder. Jungkook, Lia, we have not discussed this here. She shrugged. Lia, fine, but we'll talk later. She walked out gracefully, Taehyung exhaled quickly. Jungkook closed the door and returned to him. Jungkook, do not let her distract you. She like attention. Taehyung, I wasn't planning to. For the first time, Jungkook's mouth curved a little, almost a smile, very small. Jungkook, good. There was something warm for a second, then gone. Later that day, Namjoon walked beside Taehyung in the cafeteria. Namjoon, so, how's the new boss? Taehyung, cold, very cold, but also confusing. Namjoon, confusing? How? Taehyung pushes her back. Taehyung, he keep looking at me like he know me. Namjoon, well, he doesn't know you from school. Taehyung, yeah, but we barely talk. He never said anything nice back then. Namjoon laughed softly. Namjoon, maybe he changed. People do that. Taehyung, maybe. But Taehyung was not convinced. Something about Jungkook was still bothering him, like they held stories Taehyung never heard. In the afternoon, Taehyung stood outside the conference room holding a stack of files from Jungkook meeting. He checked everything twice. He wanted to do well on his first day. Jungkook arrived suddenly, walking fast. Jungkook, Taehyung. He stopped in front of him. Taehyung, yes sir. Jungkook noticed the file, the neat organization, the notes on each tab. Jungkook, you prepared all of this? Taehyung, yes, I wanted everything ready. Jungkook nodded slowly. Compliments were rare in his life. They also felt special. They inside the room. The meeting started. People talked, discussed numbers, strategy, and presentation. Taehyung stood near the wall, quietly observing, keeping track of details, but he could feel the eyes on him from across the room, judging. He ignored it. Jungkook, meanwhile, kept his face calm, his voice steady, but his eyes moved to Taehyung more time than necessary. Taehyung didn't notice at first. But when he finally looked up, Jungkook was already staring at him. Their eyes met for a second. Taehyung looked away quickly. Something inside him tightened. He didn't know what it was. Break time. Taehyung stepped out for a quick breath of fresh air near the window. A young employee walked with a bright smile. Employee, oh, you are the new assistant, right? I am Minho. Taehyung, nice to meet you, Minho. If you need help with anything, you can ask me anytime. Taehyung smiled politely. Taehyung, thank you. That's very kind. Someone else walked closer behind them. Taehyung didn't see him. Minho continued. Minho, actually, if you want, I can show you the best coffee spot nearby. The office coffee is a bit. Jungkook, Minho jumped. Minho, oh, sir. Jungkook looked at him with a straight expression. Jungkook, do you not have work right now? Minho, I do, sir. Jungkook, then why? Minho bobbed quietly. Minho, sorry, sir. Going now. He ran off. Taehyung turned to Jungkook. Taehyung, sir. We have just been friendly. Jungkook didn't answer. He simply looked at Taehyung for a moment, a little too long, then turned and walked back into the meeting room. Taehyung blinked. What that? Jealousy? No, impossible. Why would Jungkook be jealous of someone talking to him? He shook his thought away. As the meeting continued, Taehyung walked past the table when Lia's voice reached him. Lia, he looked too simple for this company. Her voice low, but not low enough. Taehyung paused. He didn't turn around. He didn't argue. Just kept walking. Namjoon area word echo in his mind. People do not always like you, and that's okay. But Lia's eyes followed him like she was waiting for him to break. He didn't. After the meeting ended, Taehyung picked up his reports. Jungkook walked beside him. Jungkook, you handled today well. Taehyung, thank you. Jungkook hesitated. Jungkook, Taehyung, about school. Taehyung had to stop it. Taehyung, I'd prefer not to talk about it here. Jungkook lowered his eyes for a moment. Jungkook, alright. The air between them felt heavy, like there was too many unsaid things floating around. It was late evening when Taehyung walked past in the break room. He heard whisper. Two employees were looking at something on a phone. Employee 1. Where did you get this? Employee 2. Lia sent them. You can't believe this is the new assistant. Taehyung frozen. Old school photos. Once he never liked him wearing worn-out uniforms, messy hair, tired eyes. He stepped back quietly, not letting them see him. A small ash from in his chest, but he inhaled deeply. Taehyung, I won't let this bother me, but it did. Just a little. He walked away. What he didn't know was that someone else had heard the whisper too. Jungkook stood at the corner watching the employee and the phone in their hands. His eyes turned colder than Taehyung had ever seen before. Jungkook, who allowed this? His voice was soft but filled with something sharp. The employee almost dropped the phone. Employee, sir, we. Jungkook didn't raise his voice. He didn't have to. Jungkook, everyone in this office meeting room now. The employee ran. Jungkook looked down at the phone again. Young Taehyung in a faded uniform looking tired but still bright. Something in Jungkook's expression shifted, regret, guilt, and something softer. He whispered under his breath so quietly no one heard. Jungkook, I'm sorry, Taehyung. With Jungkook calling an emergency meeting, and Taehyung unaware that someone just opened the first page of a very complicated past. The emergency meeting room, lights glowing softly as employer rush inside, whispered nervously. No one understands why the CEO suddenly called them at this hour. Jungkook stood at the center of the room, silent, arms crossed. His expression was calm, but something dangerous lingered in his eyes. A quiet anger. Taehyung walked in a moment later, confused. He looked at Jungkook, who made his eyes briefly, but then looked down as if hiding something. Taehyung could feel the tension in the air. Taehyung, sir, what is happening? Jungkook didn't answer. Instant, he turned towards the employee. Jungkook, someone shared private school photo of my assistant. A wave of sob moved across the room. Jungkook, this is not acceptable. This office work on respect. Taehyung's heart skipped. He didn't know Jungkook saw the photos. He didn't want drama on his first day. Jungkook, sir, it's fine, please. Jungkook lifted his hand gently, stopping him. Jungkook, Taehyung, you don't need to defend something you didn't do. Taehyung felt warm and uncomfortable at the same time. Jungkook then turned to the employees again. Jungkook, who sent the photos? Employees looked each other nervous. Lia took one small step back, but her movement was enough. Jungkook saw it. His eyes narrowed slightly. Jungkook, Lia? She held, pretending confusion. Me? Why would I? Jungkook, hand me your phone. Lia hesitated. That was enough of an answer. Slowly she passed it. Jungkook tapped on the screen, looked at the chat, then turned it around so she couldn't grab it. Jungkook, next time, think before you try to shame someone. Lia's face tightened. Lia, you are protecting him too much. Jungkook's voice dropped lower. Jungkook, I protect my staff when they are treated unfairly. That is not a problem. That is my job. Taehyung swallowed. The room felt heavy, but something inside him softened and Jungkook's words. Jungkook closed the irrelevant apps, looked the phone and handed it back. Jungkook, meeting is over. Everyone leave except Taehyung. The employee rushed out. Lia stayed behind for half a second, looking at Taehyung with frustration, but she left too. Then the room became quiet, very quiet. Taehyung stood alone with Jungkook. Taehyung looked at him with a careful expression. Taehyung, sir, I appreciate what you did, but you didn't have to shut down the office. Jungkook looked at him slowly. Jungkook, yes, I did. Taehyung, it's just an old photo. It doesn't hurt me. Jungkook walked close towards him, his step calm but deliberate. Jungkook, Taehyung, you look tired in those photos. Jungkook, we have another meeting in 10 minutes. Let's go. But Taehyung reached out quickly and grabbed his sleeve. Taehyung, what are you not telling me? Jungkook breathed in for one moment, but he gently took Taehyung's hand off his sleeve. Jungkook not here. Then he walked out. Taehyung stood still for 2 seconds, confused and frustrated at the same time, before following him. The next meeting, the conference room filled with department heads waiting to start the next presentation. The place fell on the table and leaned forward to adjust his bag, but the strap on his shoulders suddenly slipped down. He fixed it once, it slipped again. He tried to up quickly, but it kept sliding. Someone quietly stopped it behind him. Then frozen, the room went silent. Jungkook stood close behind him, his presence warm and steady. Without saying a word, he lifted the strap gently and adjusted it on Taehyung's shoulders. His finger brushed his skin through the thin fabric. Taehyung inhaled sharply. Then, before Taehyung even processed it, Jungkook leaned down slightly and pressed a soft further on Taehyung's shoulders. The room felt silent. Absolute silence. Taehyung's heart felt like it jumped. His entire body turned warm. He turned around sharply. Taehyung, Jungkook. Jungkook didn't look embarrassed. Instead, he looked calm, almost too calm. Jungkook, your strap keep falling. I fix it. Taehyung fix it. It doesn't require that. Jungkook made his hand and said softly, Jungkook, it did for me. Taehyung breathed cautiously. Lia's widened and across the table. Several employees looked shocked. One person dropped a pen. Taehyung stepped back a little, whispering, Taehyung, you can't do things like that in public. Jungkook answered quietly. Jungkook, then tell me to stop. Taehyung opened his mouth, but nothing came out. Jungkook gets softened with something he couldn't hide anymore. Jungkook, exactly. Taehyung had thundered first, but the meeting couldn't be delayed. So Jungkook took his seat and Taehyung stood by the side, cheek burning. Throughout the entire meeting, Jungkook returned to Taehyung again and again. Every time they met, Taehyung looked away first. The moment the meeting ended, Taehyung rushed out into the hallway, needing air. Jungkook followed only a few steps behind. Jungkook, Taehyung, please don't do that again. Jungkook, I won't. If you don't want me to. Taehyung turned around, frustrated and confused. Taehyung, why are you doing this? First, you act cold. Then you protect me. Then you. Jungkook took a small breath. Jungkook, Taehyung, you misunderstand many things about our past. Taehyung blinked. Taehyung, you were never kind in school. You barely talked to me. Jungkook shook his head slowly. Jungkook, I kept my distance because I didn't know how to approach you. I thought if I stay away, I wouldn't make mistake. Taehyung, mistake? You never spoke to me. Jungkook stepped closer. His voice dropped to something gentle. Jungkook, that was the mistake. Taehyung felt something shift inside. Jungkook continued. Jungkook, you always think you, but I didn't, and I never could. I just like you too much, and I didn't know what to do with those feelings. Taehyung eyes widened. Taehyung, like me? Jungkook nodded once. Jungkook, I still do. Taehyung breathed, trembled. He suddenly remembered all the moments in school. Jungkook watching him from far. Jungkook staring during class. Jungkook stopping someone else from teasing him. Taehyung misunderstood all of it. All these years. Taehyung, why didn't you say anything? Jungkook smiled sadly. Jungkook, because you always look so bright. And I always felt too small next to you. Taehyung felt his chest as the honestly he took one thin step closer. Taehyung, I thought you disliked me. Jungkook, I never disliked you. Not even for a second. Silence settled between them, soft, warm, and new. Taehyung was soft and Taehyung, Jungkook, what do you want from me now? Jungkook lifted his hand slowly, carefully, giving Taehyung time to pull away if he wanted. His finger touched Taehyung's cheek lightly. Jungkook, I want a chance, just one chance to make up for everything I didn't do back then. Taehyung felt his cheek warm, but he didn't step back. Instead, he whispered Taehyung, then said clearly. Jungkook's voice lowered, filled with sincerity. Jungkook, I care about you. I always have, and I don't want to pretend anymore. Taehyung into his eyes, soft, honest, a little scared, and Taehyung felt something inside him finally unlock. Taehyung, then don't pretend. Jungkook's eyes ran slightly. Jungkook, Taehyung, I'm giving you a chance. Jungkook took a breath, relieved, and then, very gentle, he cupped Taehyung's face with both hands. Taehyung, we have time, Jungkook, don't rush. Jungkook nodded, visually relieved. Taehyung took his hand gentle. Taehyung, let's go slow, step by step. Jungkook squeezed his hand lightly. Jungkook, I follow your pace. They stood there quietly, hands still together, feeling the warmth of something new, something they should have had a year ago. For the first time, Taehyung wasn't confused and Jungkook wasn't hide. They both smiled. Taehyung stepped back, keeping a little distance. His voice was soft. Taehyung, Jungkook, you can't just say things like that and expect me to understand everything. Jungkook looked down at the ground like a guilty child. Jungkook, I know, I rushed. I'm sorry. I didn't want to hide anymore. Taehyung scowled, shaking his head. Taehyung, you should explain, not rush. Jungkook nodded quickly. Jungkook, then let me explain, please. Taehyung studied his face for a long moment, then quickly nodded. They moved to a small, quiet bench near the company garden. The city light glowed behind them, and the night felt calm, like the world had just for their conversation. Jungkook sat carefully beside Taehyung, leaving a small space between them. He folded his hand on his knee, his voice low. Jungkook, Taehyung, you think I bully you? Taehyung looked at him directly. Taehyung, I didn't think. I remember. Jungkook swallowed hard. Jungkook, what you remember? It isn't full truth. Taehyung confused. Jungkook continued. Jungkook, those boys who made fun of you, I wasn't part of them. I stayed quiet. I was scared, not of them. Share that if they know I like you, they would go after you more. Taehyung stayed quiet, eyes widened. Taehyung, you like me? Jungkook nodded slowly, like he was finally letting out something he had held for years. Jungkook, I was a coward. I didn't stand up. I should have. You were alone. You were so bright, so creative, so brave, and I admire you. But I stay silent, and silence hurt you. I can't change the past, but I stand to you. Taehyung tightened, his voice shook slightly. Taehyung, you should have said this earlier. Jungkook, I was afraid. You never forgive me. Taehyung looked away. The memories shifted inside him. All these years he had carried pain for misunderstanding. After a long silence, Taehyung spoke. Taehyung, even if it was misunderstanding, the pain was real, Jungkook. Jungkook, yes, you are right. I'm sorry. I'm truly sorry. I made you feel alone. Taehyung sighed softly. Taehyung, you can fix everything with sorry, you know. Jungkook, a small sad smile. Jungkook, I know, but I keep saying it until my action prove it. Taehyung turned to him fully, a bit of his usual says returning. Taehyung, then your first action should be stop people's orders in the middle of an office. Jungkook almost. Jungkook, I wasn't, I didn't. Taehyung rise up, bro. Taehyung, so you didn't my shoulders. Jungkook ear turned pink. Jungkook, I did, but it was soft. Taehyung burst out laughing, covering his mouth. Taehyung, Jungkook, let's make it worse. It was softer. Who said that? Jungkook covered with his face. Jungkook, Taehyung, please, I'm trying to be serious here. Taehyung, I know. I'm just teasing a little. A small smile finally appeared on Jungkook's face. Taehyung, Jungkook, Jungkook leaned back and looked at Taehyung gently. Jungkook, can I ask you something? Taehyung, what? Jungkook, when I saw with Namjoon earlier, why did it bother me so much? Taehyung blinked slowly. Taehyung, because you are jealous. Jungkook shifted. Jungkook, I'm not. I'm not a jealous person. Taehyung, you literally glared at him like your eyes were. Jungkook turned away. Jungkook, okay, maybe a little. Taehyung, why thought Jungkook leaned at him again, voice softer. Jungkook, because I didn't want anyone else to stand close to you the way I wanted to. Taehyung felt warmth spread across his. Taehyung hesitated. Taehyung and Lia. Jungkook, Taehyung, I have absolutely zero interest in her. She's just complicated and dramatic. Taehyung, she told everyone you like her. Jungkook made a face. Jungkook, that's exactly the problem. She tell everyone things I never said. Taehyung gave a teasing smile. Taehyung, so you only like me? Jungkook looked him straight in the eyes. Jungkook, yes. Taehyung frozen. Jungkook, I like you. Only you. I always did. Even back then, Taehyung felt his heartbeat quicken. Before Taehyung could respond, Jungkook's phone buzzed. He signed and answered it. Jungkook, yes, mom. Taehyung heard Jungkook's mom's cheerful voice loudly through the phone. Jungkook, mom, did you talk to Taehyung? Did you tell him you like him? Did you apologize? Did you ask him for dinner? And when are you bringing him home? Jungkook's entire soul left his body. Taehyung brushed into silence, laughed beside him. Jungkook, mom, please stop talking. Jungkook, mom, he's such good boy. Don't mess this up. Jungkook ended the call with a sign and then turned to Taehyung. Jungkook, my mom really like you. Taehyung, I can tell. Jungkook, she wants us to get married. Taehyung choked on air. Taehyung, what? Jungkook? Jungkook were both hands fast. Jungkook, I didn't say anything. She decided on her own. Taehyung shook his head, laughing. His heart felt lighter after calming down. Taehyung leaned back, Taehyung, Jungkook, what do you really want from me? Jungkook didn't hesitate. I want a chance. Taehyung blinked. A chance? For what? Jungkook was slower. Jungkook, to learn you, to stay by your side, to fix what I broke, to make new memories, to see you smile more, to protect you, not as your boss, but as someone who cares. Taehyung felt warm toward him. His heart in a way he couldn't ignore. Taehyung, you are saying you want us to try. Jungkook nodded, with quiet determination. Jungkook, if you let me. Taehyung looked down at his hand. He wasn't ready to jump blindly, but he was not ready to walk away either. Taehyung took a deep breath. Taehyung, Jungkook, I used to dislike you a lot. Jungkook winced. Jungkook, I know. Taehyung, but recently things changed. The way you protect me, the way you listen, the way you get jealous, the way you look at me like I am someone precious. Jungkook eyes softened. Taehyung, I don't know when it happened, but I stopped dislike you. A long pause. Then Taehyung whispered, Taehyung, and I started liking you. Jungkook breathed gasp. Jungkook, Taehyung raising a finger. Taehyung, but I'm still angry a little. Jungkook nodded earlier. Jungkook, you can be angry forever. I deserve it. Taehyung rolled his eyes. Not forever. Maybe a few more days. Jungkook smiled relieved. The night brushed past them gently. Taehyung stood from the bench. Jungkook eyes followed him. Taehyung, come here for a second. Jungkook get up confused. Jungkook, what? Taehyung stepped closer, too close. Jungkook frozen, his breath catching. Taehyung, stop overthinking, just stay still. Jungkook swallowed. Jungkook, okay. Taehyung reached up slowly. His finger light touched Jungkook's jaw. Jungkook eyes frightened, but he didn't move. Taehyung whispered, Taehyung, I forgive you. Then Taehyung leaned in and placed a soft on Jungkook, not rushed, not dramatic, just gentle, quiet, sincere. Jungkook's eyes closed back carefully, almost shy, as if he was afraid to ruin the moment. When they finally pulled back, Jungkook's voice trembled. Jungkook, Taehyung, does this mean? Taehyung took his hand. Taehyung, it means we will try together. Jungkook's smile appeared, soft, almost glowing. Jungkook, I won't let you regret it. Taehyung smiled. Taehyung, you better not, or I'll let your mom. Jungkook, in embarrassment. They walked together, the company building side by side. Jungkook's hand stepped up and around Taehyung softly, not too tight, but enough to promise he wasn't letting go. Taehyung leaned a little closer. Taehyung, so tomorrow in the office? No shoulder. Jungkook looked offended. Jungkook, but I thought. Taehyung, no. Jungkook, your hand? Taehyung burst out laughing. Taehyung, Jungkook, what? I'm asking politely. Taehyung shook his head, smiled warmly. Taehyung, we'll see. And under soft city light, their finger, their step, and long misunderstanding finally fade away. Loving only love, warmth, and new beginning.